Welcome to Sharper Square, presented by Hard Rock Bet. We are part of the Volume Podcast Network. This is the betting show that makes the square sharper and makes the wise guys pay attention. I am Chad Millman. I am joined by my co-host, my BFF, my companion, my compadre, professional bettor, Simon Hunter. Hello, Simon.
Chad, good morning to you, my good friend.
Good morning on the first Sunday of the NFL season 2025. We're calling this like the stripped down, in the room, eavesdropping version of Sharper Square, because this is what we'll be doing on Sunday mornings going forward. And as most listeners know, you and I have been doing contests for years, whether or not people were able to play along. And on that Sunday morning of the NFL season, when we're putting in our final picks, you and I would be having a conversation about what the final five picks should be. And it was just us basically arguing and debating with each other over the final five picks for about 10 or 15 minutes. We decided, like, before Sunday kickoffs for this season, we're going to let people into the room where it happens so they can get in real time what we're planning on doing, because things change. Like, we might want to make picks that are on the right side of massive line moves over the past 48 hours, injuries, etc. Stuff changes since Thursday. So now you get to hear all of that convo. Are you ready, Simon?
I am, and people should know we're going to do our best not to make too many changes right now. People hear what our five are. It's the same five I put in Tuesday. So if we make changes today, we can't help it, people. We're like all of you, right? The Sunday morning panic is real. And I looked at my lineup this morning when I woke up, and it's like, how do you not overthink everything you do, right? So yeah, I'm loving this new routine we're doing here. I think it's really going to be funny to see how unhinged we are by week 7, 8. So yeah, right now we're kind of very happy. Life is good. It's going to be interesting how this Sunday show keeps going throughout the season.
Yeah, we're gonna be quick, because I know people are trying to do a lot of things on Sunday morning. So the idea isn't here deep. The idea here isn't deep dives into every game. It's just quick recap on where we stand and how, honestly, Saturday and Sunday, I was like, I don't know, making breakfast or something yesterday, and this morning too, when I woke up, I had like a little tingle. Because I'm like, all right, I get to check lines. I get to see how things have changed. I get to see if some of the numbers I want have moved in my direction. Have they moved away from me? And am I going to be an idiot and just chase the number anyways because I feel like this is my last best chance? I'm trying to be really focused and disciplined. So a couple things to think about. The contests Simon and I play, they lock lines at different times. So we might talk about games where lines have locked on Tuesday or Wednesday. If we're playing that locked line from a Tuesday or Wednesday, we're not going to recommend you play it in a contest that has lines locking today. We'll give you some alternatives. So don't worry. We're not going to leave you in the literature. Simon, first game, like Tennessee at Denver, your choice for brass balls. You own it. I will happily accept the W if it works and joyfully remind you of your mistakes later tonight. If it doesn't, any regrets? Hearing anything to change your mind at this point? The Hard Rock bet line on this game is 8. I don't know what our contest line is. Is it 7.5?
Yeah, contest 7.5. So it's just like the Cowboys. I love the Cowboys this week. Our contest was 6.5. We didn't play it. Like, if it was 8.5 in our contest, we would have played Cowboys. It's the same thing here with the Tennessee. I like Tennessee, but why would I be betting so much at 8.5 and now we're playing our most important contest of the year at 7.5? So we can force it in if we want to, but to me, there's better numbers out there. And if this number lands on 8 and we lose this contest, I would lose my mind about that. Because again, we're sticklers. We might annoy you. We're talking about how me and Chad always want the best of the number. We get it, right? The first 2 games, the spread did not matter. One game this week will matter on the spread, and that, of course, will be the game me and Chad put in our contest. So we are sticklers about it because we've been burned by the half a point, by the point. Like Dallas, I really loved it. If it was 7.5, I think I could have forced us to take it. But at 6.5, me and Chad aren't going to take a line that's off by 2 points just because we love it. So that's what people have to work us here. There's some games that we'll put in sometimes that even if we don't love it, it's the value is too insane to pass on, and we're just playing the long-term odds here. So, the Tennessee game, I do love it, Chad. I still love it. It's 7.5 for our contest. I don't know if it's going to be one of our 4 best picks.
5 best picks.
I already put Chargers in, brother. So we're
you did? I didn't even know that.
No?
No.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
great.
We're already up 1-0, brother.
Look at us. All right, we had the Chargers. What was the final line on the Chargers? 3.5 or 3?
3.5.
All right, so we had Chargers 3.5. We're gonna have to get better at telegraphing this for our listeners as we go through the season.
I literally said on the show, auto play 3.5 Chargers contest line. So I get what you're saying, but yeah, I don't want to put anything on social media. If you want our contest plays, this is where you're gonna have to find it.
That's fair. All right, Cincinnati at Cleveland. Still love it. The Hard Rock bet line is 5.5. It's 5. The contest line is 5.5. Book it.
Locked in. So, again, one of the 5 plays I put in on Tuesday, Cleveland plus 5.5. So we'll keep it in there.
Baltimore at Buffalo. The Hard Rock bet line is Baltimore -1. Full disclosure, I played it -1. We talked about it on the show. It was our rock in a hard place, Hard Rock bet of the week. Baltimore at -1. We don't love playing games where the line is flipped from Baltimore as an underdog to Baltimore as a favorite. Those are scary, sticky spots to play. But in the contest lines we play, it's a +1.5. We're locking it in.
Yeah, and people listen to this show, I'd bet up to -2. So if you're out there and you can still get the -1.5, I'd still take this on the Ravens live betting. And, this is a game that both teams have injuries to different positions. And obviously at the end of the day, the biggest weakness to me in this matchup is the Bills secondary. So I do think we have a huge advantage with this Ravens passing offense. And me and Chad talking nauseum. This is regular season Lamar. This is exactly where you want to back him. This exact spot. So yeah. Would I have loved to have him as a dog? Yes, that would have been really nice to give it out this morning as a dog once again. But the line has flipped. I'm telling you, I'd still bet up to -2, and me and Chad were taking a +1.5 in the contest.
Detroit at Green Bay. Look, this is my Chad loves love when it was at 2.5. It's now 1.5 at Hard Rock Bet. It's 1.5 in the contest. I feel like we got to pass on this one. The value has moved away from us. I was sort of holding out, hoping it would get to 3. Like I said, I'm trying to be super thoughtful this year and not just auto play a bet because my spidey senses are saying this is the right side or there's too much value. So I don't want to force this in at all. We're not getting the best of the number. 2.5 is the right value. 2.5 has become a key number. The market has recognized that maybe there was some inflation on the Packers. Not a play for me.
Okay. Yeah. So this is another game this is one of the 5 I put in for us on Tuesday. And my view of it was we got to put one super chalky public play. Right now, that could be the Ravens. So we don't have to force in the lines. Like you said, we do love the lines, but yeah, it's not the best number. And it is by far the biggest public dog of the week. I mean, it is everyone I talk to, it's all Detroit money for what me and Chad believe is good reason. So, okay, we don't have to force that one in. There are some other lines we can put in instead of that one, so I'll switch it out.
So right now, just to recap, we've got Chargers at 3.5. We already covered that one. We're putting in Cleveland 5.5. We're putting in Baltimore plus 1.5. We like Baltimore up to -2. So if you're in a contest and you're getting Baltimore -1, have no fear, play it. We're passing on Detroit at plus 1.5 because we like the value at 2.5. I'll own that. If it works out and we end up losing a game that we put in because we took Detroit out, I'm going to eat it. No problem. All right. Then we got a bunch of games to debate here. So we got 3 in right now. Pittsburgh at New York Jets. This line has been sort of hanging around 3 all weekend. But this morning, it's been moving in the Jets' direction. It's at 2.5. It's 2.5 at Hard Rock Bet. It's 2.5 in the contest. I don't know, brother. This one, coming off the 3, scares me a little bit.
Yeah, and it's definitely a pros versus Joes, where the pros are lining up on this Jets team, and the public they keep coming in heavy on this Pittsburgh side. And for me, looking at this matchup, a lot of things I do love about the Jets, and I love this number, but Chad's right. We love it at 3. We were hoping for 3.5 in contest. We're sitting here Sunday morning. It's 2.5. You'll see. I didn't even have this one in on Tuesday. I love this game, but there's just other games I love more this week.
Las Vegas at New England. Las Vegas is 2.5 right now. It touched the 3. It just kissed the 3. Little tiny peck. Now it's a 2.5 everywhere, including Hard Rock Bet. It's like they're really making it hard on us right now. The Jets at 2.5. The Raiders at 2.5. I played both of these games at 3. I'd probably feel better putting the Raiders in at 2.5 than the Jets at 2.5. Do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, once again, I love the Raiders. There's just other games I love more. So it's another game. I didn't put it in for us on Tuesday, and my view of it was a little bit the same thing, right? I didn't know that Christian Gonzalez was out yet, so I could be tucked into it, right? Christian Gonzalez is out, which is arguably their best defensive player.
Yeah.
The kid they drafted, he's got a tall task today. I think, was it Will Howard? I forget the name of Will Campbell has a big ass today. He's a rookie. They drafted asked to block Max Crosby. Like, to me, we have advantages that we can attack and exploit here with this Raiders team, and this is a good matchup for them in many ways. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to stay true to it, Chad, where I love the Raiders season long, and I'm worried I'm being a little too blind to it, where I'm so heavily invested in this game, and there's just so much I like about this team compared to this New England team. And yeah, I'm like, I already know I'm going to kick myself if I don't take this one and they cover. But like I said, there's other games I like more, and I just did not put this one in first Tuesday. So if you want to be the breaker and this is the game you want to force in, I'm not going to stop you. But I think there's other games we're going to go through the list here that you might like better. Than
well, the last one I want to bring up, I know we got 3 in so far. We need 2 more. San Francisco at Seattle. Seattle is plus 2.5 in the contest, plus 1 right now at most books, including Hard Rock Bet. I feel like you're going to tell me you love this game and that you have done all the research, and now with questions about McCaffrey and, like you talked about on Thursday, Kubiak's ability to create a rush scheme that takes advantage of the outside lanes where the Niners don't have the same personnel that they used to, and that could be a spot, and you like the Seahawks defense. I feel like you were going to tell me we got to play the number here because the value is so huge on Seattle.
It is, and it really does come down to the McCaffrey injury, right? And I think I was very confident coming into this week about the Seahawks team, loving the matchup. And I mean, I could not walk through a sportsbook without a pro come up to me and asking me what my read was on this game and how much they love it and if they're overthinking. And I'd agree with them. What we just talked about, right? I love the Seahawks defense. I think they're going to match up really well against this 49ers team. And then the secondary of the 49ers, right? Like you just talked about, they've lost really key pieces in free agency, to injury, to the years, right? Now they have a really young secondary. They're going to be tested by this run blocking scheme. Are these corners going to step up and tackle? Are their safeties going to play downhill and make the right plays? So a lot of questions to me about this 49ers defense, where Seattle, I know exactly the defensive scheme I'm going to get. And now if there's no McCaffrey and their main focus would be shutting just down Purdy, I mean, come on. That is such a huge matchup and such a big deal for the Seahawks defense. So, yeah, you nailed it. It's really about the number, plus 2.5. We love it. Most books out there, I think the best you can get now is plus 1.5. So if you missed the Seahawks, you didn't take it when we talked about it on Thursday, just be patient, right? McCaffrey gets cleared, easily will bump back up a point. This will go right back to 2.5. Still could see the 49ers winning, but the key number, like we talked about, 2.5. This feels like divisional game, close and grueling. Home divisional dog, week 1. I can't avoid it. I know we already have one in there with Cleveland, but this is another one. I love this matchup and this number for this team in this exact spot.
We are crazy excited to announce our new presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet. I don't know if you know this. I've got a very long history of staying at Hard Rock hotels and casinos, including one football season, practically living there, literally. They've always been, to me, the best combination of vibe and fun. Now you can use the top-rated Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook to place your bets all NFL season and beyond. Hard Rock Bet is the only legal sportsbook in the state of Florida and is also available in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado, with more states launching all the time. You can also play on Hard Rock Bets online casino if you are in New Jersey. Simon, I know you want to check that out. From here on out, you'll start to see us use Hard Rock Bet lines when we're talking about the games. And everyone knows Simon and I, we have loved getting out and doing live shows. Now we can actually do them from Hard Rock property. Simon, do we see a sharp or square live show from AC just down the road from you in our future? As we gear up for NFL season, sign up for Hard Rock Bet. Make a $5 bet. You'll get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Head over to Hard Rock Bet, sign up, and make your first deposit today. All right, what are we missing?
So I'm going to throw it out there, and you give me your opinion on it because we didn't talk much about this game. This is strictly based off contest, plain line value. The Jaguars right now are up to 4.5. I believe Hard Rock has them at 4 in Jersey here. Contest, Chad, -2.5, the Jaguars. So that is very tempting. We don't love them. We have a lot of questions, but we both agreed much better offense, much better defense than the Panthers. And, you know, it's a lot to take in, but at 2.5, we're getting 2 points of value in week 1. That's a lot. So it's a game that we didn't talk much about, but it's -2.5 right now. Jaguars at home, and the line live is at -4.5. So you don't have to say anything now. We'll let that simmer just for a minute.
Yeah, I don't want to react one way or the other. I'm not going to lie to you. That game's been on my mind, and I feel like
I never liked the line.
I don't want to be Panther blind, right? And like that's been a failing of ours. We over-indexed on the Panthers last year. It didn't work out for us in the first half, and then it crushed for us in the second half. So I don't want to think, okay, Bryce Young, he can fix everything when he's got no receivers and their defense is in shambles. I don't want to over-index on thinking, okay, Liam Cohen is going to fix everything because like you said on Thursday, everyone says Trevor Lawrence was 8-3 until he got injured, and the last 2 years have been terrible. We get it. 2.5 is sneaky hard to avoid. And we do like having a favorite in there that is not just like a Baltimore -1, right? A sort of a relatively chalky home favorite, which is what the Jags are turning into with some line value. Okay, I like it.
So that's what's tough because I know pros who love, like they've been betting the Jags at 3. They've been betting the Jags at -3.5. They're even taking the -4, and that's why you're seeing the 4.5 pop now, just because the pros, I think they're with Chad. Coming into the year, they just love the idea of the upgrade of the head coach position and Liam Cohen. And, now we're in a spot here that me and Chad might be actually taking the Jaguars in our contest because the line value is just too good to pass up. And like Chad said, we need a favorite. That's our Achilles heel, people. If you're new to the show, me and Chad only pick dogs. And we're sitting here right now. We don't have a single favorite pick. That would be our first favorite pick. The only other game that jumped out to me, a game we talked all week, just want to know where your head's at. Miami, +1.5, Chad. This is your baby. You love it still? Are you getting cold feet? It's another spot that it's super public. It's super chalky, but I told Chad I can squint my eyes and I see it. I see exactly what he's saying in this matchup, that it's Miami, Tua indoors against a really bad secondary. Everybody's healthy. This is not a banged-up Miami team, so it's tough. It's tough. I see exactly what you're saying, but I love it.
I want it. I'm so glad you're listing it. I actually had it on the list, and then I just didn't want to bring it up again because I felt like you were going to laugh at me. So, yes, please.
So you want them over the Jags?
I almost want the Jags over the Seahawks. Like, you love the Seahawks, right? So,
okay.
Well, who do you like better between the Jags and the Seahawks?
In real world life, I am way more heavily bet into the Seahawks. Again, I never got the good number on the Jaguars. I was late to the party. I don't know what I want to do with that game. And by the time it already crossed the 3, I had no money bet on it. So if you're asking me which one I actually have real sweat and money invested, it's Seahawks and not even close. But again, for contest, I don't care about that. Like, I'm just trying to win $1 million with you. So like, yeah, I'm cool either way. But to me, if I'm going line value, there's no doubt it's the
Jags.
Jaguars.
Yeah. I think it's the Jags. So last one out is going to be Seattle, and we'll review this later tonight and see how miserable we are.
So you want it to be our four would be Miami, Cleveland, Ravens, and we're switching out Seattle and putting in Jaguars.
Yes.
Okay.
And no Tennessee because of the +7.5.
Yeah.
And no Jets and Raiders because it's +2.5, not 3. Okay. So the final, remember we had the Chargers, so we're already 1-0. The final 4 for today: Cleveland +5.5, Baltimore. We like him at -1. It's +1.5 in our contest. The Dolphins +1.5. It's about +1, +1.5 at most books. No difference. Jags -2.5. It's been bet up to 4.5 at a lot of books. So -4 at Hard Rock Bet. So those are the picks as of right now. That's what we're going to put in. That's what we will be rooting for today. I'm feeling pretty good, Simon.
Yeah, and people listening, put your 5 picks in the YouTube comments. Let us see who you guys are taking for your contest. And, obviously, before our show Sunday night, I'll post the exact games we did take and prove to everyone, all the doubters, that we actually took these teams in the contest before we do our Sunday night show. And hopefully we do the show coming in 4-0, brother. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited for today and the games ahead.
All right, this has been Sharper Square, part of the Volume Podcast Network. We will be back in Sharper Square on YouTube tonight, live at 7:30 to recap all the misery and glory of the day. Watch or listen on YouTube at Sharper Square. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, download us from Spotify, Apple Pods, wherever you get your pods. Rate, review, subscribe. Most importantly, do all these things because feedback is always a gift, and it helps make the show easier to find for everyone. Until tonight, love you.